and welcome to my course, How to Get New Clients Using Marketing Lists. So let's do some definitions first. What is marketing? Marketing is the act of promoting your product and service. I like to go a little bit further. For me, marketing is about sending the right message to the right person at the right time using the right medium. What is lead generation? Lead generation takes marketing further. Marketing is the act of promoting your business and your services, whereas lead generation is the next step. Lead generation is the process of getting people to take action. That could be to request more information, such as download an ebook or make an inquiry. These people are called prospects. Once you have the details of these prospects, the next stage is to develop them and nurture them. Nurture these prospects until they are ready to buy from you. Why do you need lead generation in your business? Businesses are heavily dependent on lead generation because it's a way of developing and gaining new customers for their business. Hi, I'm Joanne from Data Bubble. I run my own business with my husband, Steve Clayton. I've been involved in the marketing and data industry for over 20 years, selling marketing services to large companies such as Littlewoods Pools, the Halifax Bank, and British Gas, to name but a few. Then 12 years ago, I decided to set my own company up. However, that's when I had to learn marketing. In my previous company, I had a marketing department that generated leads for us. But now I had to do it for myself. At first, I made the mistake that most people do, only doing marketing activity when I was quiet and dropping once I got busy. But that creates such a roller coaster ride of feast and famine, which I found very stressful. So I knew I needed to do things differently. I needed a way of generating new leads for the business on a regular and consistent basis, using the marketing list I bought in. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to go through 4 stages. Number 1, plan for success. Create a marketing plan that you can follow. Number 2, ideal target market. Right person, right message at the right time. Number 3, lead generation and the nurturing process. And number 4, measuring the results. Plan for success. Create a marketing plan to follow. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. There's no point buying any marketing data without having a marketing plan in place. A marketing plan will give you clarity and focus. In fact, there are many reasons why you need a marketing plan in place, but here are my top 4. Number 1, you'll know what you're doing and it gives you direction and focus. Number 2, you'll know what your goals are, what you're aiming for, what you want to achieve. Number 3, it keeps you motivated and focused as you'll know what results you are going to get. Number 4, allows you to calculate the return on investment. The main parts of your marketing plan should include: number 1, your business objectives. Know what you want to achieve and what your goals are. In fact, set SMART goals. These are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. For example, I want to target X number of companies promoting X products, achieving X amount of sales over the next X amount of months. Always make sure that these goals are attainable as well as then realistic. Number 2, your ideal target market or buyer persona. Who do you want to target? Number 3, your offering, the products and services you want to promote and the wording used to communicate this. Number 4, review any additional information that's needed, any supporting material, such as a landing page, a brochure, ebook, articles, videos, telemarketing, etc. Number 5, communicate and deliver, which includes your nurturing sequence and your follow-up process. Number 6, measure the results. Not measuring the results is a waste of money, so always ensure that you have the ability to measure the results and do so. That way you can tweak any marketing campaigns and see what's making money and what's not, and change it. I've put a simple marketing plan in the notes. However, this will also include the buyer persona, which I'll go into more detail in the next section. Ideal target market, creating a buyer persona. Identifying your ideal clients helps you to focus your marketing activity on your very best customers. Targeting a specific market doesn't mean you'll exclude others. It allows you to focus your marketing effort and spends on a specific market that's likely to buy from you. And that's where it's good to create a buyer persona. But first, I want to stress the importance of knowing who your best customers are, how you can identify them, and why it's good to have a niche. If you market to everyone, then you're marketing to no one. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Yet if you focus in on a particular niche, a person or industry, then you are taking a more strategic approach to your marketing activity. Yes, other people may benefit from your service. However, being clear on who your very best customers are means you're spending your time, effort, and money on targeting these people who are likely to buy from you. Let me give you an example. I often hear accountants say that they can target anybody and everyone because every business needs an accountant. Yeah, if you think of the work that's involved, yeah, it's all numbers, but surely some work is more profitable than others. And some clients are easier to work with than others. That's why it's good to categorize your clients. Perhaps categorize them into gold, silver, and bronze. Let me give you an example. Take the accountant. Bronze category clients may be tradespeople who want yearly tax returns. Silver may be SMEs who want tax returns as well as then year-end accounts. Whereas the gold client may be a large company that needs monthly payroll, management accounts, tax returns, pensions, etc. Yes, all these people need an accountant, but each one of these clients has very different requirements and will respond to marketing messages differently. Identifying your very best customer allows you to market to your niche. So I would suggest going through your existing client list and categorizing your clients into gold, silver, and bronze clients. It doesn't all have to revolve around profit. You may also want to consider people who you like to work with. Which clients give you most satisfaction? Which clients are good payers? Also consider if there's any seasonal gaps that you want to fill. So now you know how and why it's beneficial to be clear on your ideal target market and why it's good to niche. Hey, and if you pick up any other business on the way, that's a bonus. Buyer persona. Once you have identified your best customers from the previous gold, silver, bronze exercise, we are now going to create a buyer persona for that customer. Even if you're entering a new market and targeting a different client, it's still worth spending time on creating a buyer persona. So what is a buyer persona? A buyer persona is a document all about your ideal customers. It puts you in their shoes, so you can focus in on their points as well as the frustrations and create a marketing message about them and their needs. There are 4 parts to a buyer persona. Number 1, define your ideal customers. Number 2, identify their pain points and challenges. Number 3, the solution. Number 4, the message. Let's take each one of these in turn. So number 1, define who your ideal customers are. This is about understanding exactly who your ideal customers are and what drives them. Using your existing customer list, write down information about their personal information. So how old they are, what's their income, their education, and their aspirations. Write down details regarding their work, characteristics such as job title. What responsibilities do they have? Do they have any staff members who may be influencers? What industry are they in? What's the size of the company and the location? Consider your previous clients. What did they buy? When? How much did they spend? And what prompted them to contact you? Imagine yourself in that person's shoes to get an insight into what they are thinking, what their ambitions are, what their motivations are, and what inspires them. So number 2, identify their pain points and challenges. This is about the pain points your clients are experiencing. Write down the answers to these questions. What are your customers' pain points are? What are the problems and challenges are they experiencing? What keeps them up at night? What motivates them to seek a change? And what's that trigger point? What emotions are they feeling? Tired, exhausted, frustrated, angry, worried? Ask your existing customers for feedback on their pain points. And what was the final straw that made them contact you? Think about the words and the terminology that they're using when describing their pain points and challenges. Let's take the example of the accountant. A tradesperson would certainly use different pain points from a financial director of a large company and use certainly different words. So number 3, the solution. This is about the solution you provide to your clients that solves their pain. Write down the answers to these questions. What solution do you provide that resolves their challenge? What emotions do they find when that solution is found? What words do they use to describe this solution? Elated, excited, fantastic. What results do they achieve? What's the typical spend, the order value? What's the lead time from inquiry to close? Get examples of results you've achieved for your existing customers so you can create a white paper. Ask for testimonials so you can build credibility and trust within your marketing message. And number 4, the message. This is where you create your marketing message. Bearing in mind, you must convey empathy as well as build credibility and trust. So create a message that resonates with your ideal customers about their pain points, their challenges, and the solutions you provide, and the results that they will achieve by using your product or service. It shows you understand their world. Show them that you understand their world by using their words and industry terminology. Again, taking the accountant example. If your marketing message is aimed at tradespeople and spoke about creating monthly management accounts, then a tradesperson would say, what's relevant? Why are you sending me this? This means nothing. Yet if your message is about the stress of keeping receipts and SC60 certificates, then a tradesperson will instantly recognize the situation and your message is more likely to resonate with them. I would also suggest that once you have created your message, you put yourself in their shoes, in your ideal customer's shoes. Imagine receiving your message. Ask yourself, would you respond to this? Even consider asking your existing customers to get their feedback and help. To help you, I've put a buyer persona in the documents at the bottom for you to complete for your ideal customers. If you work with different clients, it's a good idea to create a buyer persona for each one of them. That way you can be clear on who they are, what challenges they have, what solutions you provide, and then create a message that resonates with them. Right time. Once you have completed your buyer persona and created a strong marketing message, it's now time to think about getting your message out at the right time. Ask yourself, are there any particular times of the year that your clients are likely to buy? It may be seasonal or a specific time, such as budget or end of year? If so, then make sure that your messages are sent out on the run up to that particular time or date. I say on the run up because there's no point selling Christmas cards on Christmas Day. People have bought them on the run up to Christmas Day. Again, if your clients get a yearly budget, they may want to do some research first. So it's always advisable that your message is hitting them at this crucial research time. Also, look at your existing customers. Do they have a buying pattern? Do they buy at a particular time of the year, month, or day? Again, consider asking them. I'm sure they'll help. But unless you have a specific time, the truth is timing can be really difficult to predict. It's a case of testing and measuring and seeing what works. But above all, it's doing something. If you don't do anything, how are people going to know about you? It may be a case of highlighting a pain point and drawing someone's attention to it. They may never have considered it before, or may not even realize that there's a solution available. So it's up to you to educate people and show them that there is a solution out there that can make their life better. When it comes to marketing, I always say it's about being regular and consistent. It's not about a one-off thing. It's being regular and consistent. You need to get your solution out there. You need to get it remembered. So when the time comes, people automatically think of you. Lead generation. Marketing is about sending the right message to the right person at the right time, using the right medium. And lead generation is about getting them interested enough to take action. So now you know who you're targeting. You have your message and the timing right. I'm now going to talk about the right medium and ways to communicate and deliver your message. There are many different ways of communicating your marketing message. However, I'm going to focus in on 3 steps that I take. First, I'll send an email that highlights the pain and delivers the solution. Then a few days later, I'll send a sales letter and include our brochure. Then 2 days later, I'll follow the letter up with a telephone call. In between the email and the telephone call, I will connect with them on social media, usually LinkedIn. I'll comment on their posts, share relevant information, and get the conversation going. So when I make the call, they already know of me. I do all this with the objective of getting people interested enough to take action so I can get them into. You may want to consider creating some additional marketing collateral to accompany your marketing message, such as an ebook, select top 10 tips, a how-to, a video. Again, how-to videos, sharing helpful information. This can be shared via email or social media. Create an event or a webinar and deliver taster sessions, online articles and blogs that people can read in their own time. White papers to show your authority. Again, client testimonials. Have a brochure or catalogue that gives more in-depth information. Or again, a flyer to promote a product or a special offer. This list can go on. However, I wanted to give you some ideas. Delivering your message. I'm going to give you the basic structure of the text for a sales letter or email letter, along with the structure of a cold call. There are 5 parts to a sales or email letter. Number 1, the headline. Make sure your headline grabs their attention. Perhaps you may want to include an indication of the results that they can achieve. Number 2, highlight the problem. Highlight the problem by asking a question about their problem or challenge. Do you struggle with, for example? Number 3, agitate the problem. Emphasize the consequences of what will happen if they don't fix or solve the problem. Number 4, give them the results. Give them the results that you provide and the solution that solves their problem, and include a testimonial. Number 5, a call to action. Tell them what you want them to do next. There are 3 parts to a cold call. Here's the basic structure. Number 1, introduction. Introduce you and your company and let them know the beneficial reasons for taking your call, the ways that you can help them. Number 2, ask open questions. Get your prospect talking about them, their problems, and the solution you can provide. Number 3, close with a follow-up plan to call again or send information. According to research, 45% of business-to-business buyers want to hear a new idea at the beginning of a sales conversation. That's why it's good to get results in at the very start of the call. It also can take up to 8 attempts to reach a prospect. Yet most people give up after 2. So be consistent and persevere. The next call could be won. I've given you some examples of sales letters and telephone scripts in the box below. I would also like to point out that when doing an email campaign, never use your business personal email account to do a broadcast. If you do, you could get blocked by your internet service provider, and your email will get blacklisted as a spammer. When doing email marketing, always use an email service provider. There are many benefits. Easily, you can segment your data. Also, you can send different messages to different people. You can automate the campaign, manage your unsubscribes, and above all, you can see who's actually opened up your email. So that will allow you then to follow up with a telephone call for the ones that have opened up your email first. Taking off subscribers. You will get people who do not wish to receive your information. Don't take it personally. This leaves room for more people who could be interested in your product or service. Using your marketing list. One of the biggest mistakes people make when buying a marketing list is that they assume it's a list of prospects that are ready to buy now when it's not. In fact, these people do not know anything about you, your company, or your product or service. And as mentioned before, some people don't even know that they have a problem or a challenge. It's up to you to prick their conscience and educate them, get them thinking, and let them know that there is a solution. Remember, lead generation is the process of getting people interested enough to take action. A purchase list is a list of your ideal customers, and that's it. You now need to market to them with the objective of getting them to take action, getting them interested in your solution so that they take action. For example, sign up to your newsletter, visit your website, download your ebook. At which point you can put them into your nurturing sequence with a view of developing the relationship, nurturing them until they are ready to buy. If you have purchased a list of different contacts or industries, make sure you segment your list into different categories and then send the message that's relevant to them. Again, use your list. Don't send one email and expect hundreds of inquiries. Make sure you use your list sensibly and make sure you always follow up. Nurturing your prospects. Once someone has shown an interest, perhaps downloaded your ebook, for example, you need to then develop and nurture these people or prospects until they're ready to buy. In fact, according to research, 75% of prospects are not ready to buy. So you need to nurture them. And you do this by creating a system that develops and nurtures your prospects until they are ready to buy. You do this by educating them, informing them, engaging with them, and then converting them. It can take up to 13 steps before someone becomes a customer. So be patient, be engaging, and above all, be informative. And it is worth a little effort because 47% of nurtured leads make larger purchases than non-nurtured leads. So it is worth it. The nurturing sequence. So it's a good idea to create a nurturing sequence. Here's an example of a nurturing sequence. Number 1, your first email should always be a thank you and welcome email. Thank you for downloading your ebook or subscribing to your newsletter. First impressions count, and a new subscriber needs to feel appreciated and special. Number 2, you then want to show your prospect that you are the expert. You do this by sending educational emails. For example, demonstrate you are the person that can solve their problems by sending how-to and problem-solving emails. Number 3, next, you need to inform them. Inform them about you, your company. Engage with them. For example, send a company brochure. Depending on the value of your sale, you may even want to consider a small corporate gift that asks for a meeting. Let's face it, these people have shown an interest in you, so they may be worth spending a little bit more money on building that relationship. Then number 4, make a telephone call to introduce yourself. Ask them what prompted them to subscribe. How are they finding the material? And always arrange a follow-up. A quick reminder here, make sure all your emails and letters have a call to action. The length of time spent nurturing your prospect is very different for each individual industry. But the key is to be regular and consistent with your contacts. So it's a good idea to create a nurturing sequence. Here's an example of a nurturing sequence. Number 1, your first email should always be a thank you and welcome email. Thank you for downloading your ebook or subscribing to your newsletter. First impressions count, and a new subscriber needs to feel appreciated and special. Number 2, you then want to show your prospect that you are the expert. You do this by sending educational emails. For example, demonstrate you are the person that can solve their problems by sending how-to and problem-solving emails. Number 3, next, you need to inform them. Inform them about you, your company. Engage with them. For example, send a company brochure. Depending on the value of your sale, you may even want to consider a small corporate gift that asks for a meeting. Let's face it, these people have shown an interest in you, so they may be worth spending a little bit more money on building that relationship. Then number 4, make a telephone call to introduce yourself. Ask them what prompted them to subscribe. How are they finding the material? And always arrange a follow-up. A quick reminder here, make sure all your emails and letters have a call to action. The length of time spent nurturing your prospect is very different for each individual industry. But the key is to be regular and consistent with your contacts. The follow-up process. It's important to track your prospects through the different stages. I've included a basic Excel spreadsheet for you below to help. However, you may want to make life easier and you may want to invest in a CRM system. There are plenty on the market. There are many benefits of a CRM system. They allow you to capture all your leads from inquiries or landing pages and then automate your different email sequences. You can then diarize telephone calls, make notes, and track the success of your different campaigns. Measure your results. If you don't measure your results, then you may as well be throwing money down the drain. You need to know the success of your marketing campaigns and how well it's performing against your goals. For me, the return on investment is the main metric to measure. Yes, open rates, inquiry rates are good indicators. However, it's the amount of money a campaign has generated that is key. Knowing the amount of money made will allow you to replicate the success, roll out additional campaigns. Again, I've given you an example of what results I measure in the box below. So now you have all this in place, you can start to conduct your marketing campaigns on a regular and consistent basis. If you don't want to do it yourself, you then can outsource the work to someone who can then follow this process for you. That way, you are making sure that your marketing is being done on a regular and consistent basis, giving you a steady flow of leads into your business. I hope you've enjoyed the course, and if you have any questions, then please contact me. All my email details are below.